afternoon. Yeah, it is almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, actually. I have just been working on and spent the whole morning working on the video that's going to be coming out on the DIY channel, main channel, on Sunday, this Sunday. So it will already be live when you're watching this. I went through and looked at all of the many room makeovers that I've done on my house, making it to the point that it is today, like the transformations that it's gone through. Looking back at pictures from when we moved in, when we were looking for this place 4 years ago, we were on the hunt to rent something with loads of sunlight, and we found it. And I fought for this apartment, but when we moved in, right after we moved in, I actually kind of cried. I think I was so tired from moving and doing everything ourselves and moving in, and it was late at night, and Romeo had went out to get us something to eat because we were so exhausted, and I started crying. I was like, I don't know, I didn't know if I made the right decision. I was so dramatic. And then it ended up like this, and I could not be happier. But it's been 4 years in the making. I mean, I started my YouTube channel here. There's so many great memories and moments in our lives that have happened here, and now it's absolutely beautiful. So I went back, looked at all of the pictures from when we moved in, just remembering what it used to look like, and then all of the transformations that it's gone through. Multiple rooms have gone through multiple room makeovers. But we made it. I also did a whole tour, design, why I chose all of these design elements. So if you guys haven't checked that out, it's live right now. I'll link it for you guys. It's over on my main channel. And guys, I do have 2 different channels. I have MaCenna, which is DIYs, room makeovers, thrift flips, all of my creative stuff that I do for my house and then family and friends. And then I have this channel that you're watching right now, which is MaCenna Vlogs. So this is where you get a behind the scenes. So if you're not already subscribed to this channel or the other channel, but subscribe to both because it's just double the content. So you get 2 videos every week. Look at that. So today it is 3 o'clock and feeling an inkling to go thrift shopping. Don't you think? It is Friday. We're probably gonna hit some traffic coming back, but I wanna go to a couple places that I love to go in Santa Monica. I'm not looking for anything in particular, but I always like to look at least once a week to see if I can find anything to do thrift flips on, or that can work into some of the projects that I'm already kind of thinking of and working on. I'm gonna take you guys with me and let's see what we can find. Okay, just pulled up to the first one, which is Salvation Army. Ow, Armin! Salvation Army in Santa Monica, which I really like. If I had a chance, I'd take it fast. So this is actually a boutique version of the one that's next door. So there's 2 locations. So this one's a little bit higher price. If you can hear me, it's more of their specialty items. See this entire set of all of this, $85. It's really pretty actually. You know what it looks like? It looks like Chip from Beauty and the Beast. Wasn't he shaped like this? This would be so pretty in a coastal home. Miles of road just to get where you are. I wish it wasn't so far. Thousands of dollars just to be near. Countless thoughts of you being here. Oh, I wish it wasn't so hard. But maybe one day we can break the distance. These are really pretty. It's a small one, and then here's the big one here. This is kind of scary. I don't like that at all. The big one's pretty. Some animals. I know it's hard for everyone to understand it, but you're in my heart, even though it feels like we got stranded. Holy cow, that is huge. I kind of want to open it. It's like something out of Harry Potter. Ooh, I'm scared. Oh my cow. Oh, you can put your TV in it. And it's a desk. TV and a desk. I've actually found a few things there, but it's kind of like a hit or miss. But next door is the not so boutique side of the thrift store. That's all you found?
Yeah.
Sad.
If I had a chance, I'd take it faster than a heartbeat. If I caught a glance, I'd run to you like nobody was watching. But it's so hard to get to you, 'cause when you see the sun, I see the moon, buckets of water, millions of clouds, miles.
So nothing to report there. We just like to kind of, sometimes, you know, I don't find anything at the thrift store, and that's okay. You're not gonna find something every time that you absolutely love, or at least I don't, because we go so often. Usually hit multiple Goodwills like heading back east out of Santa Monica. So you never know. Some of them are packed. Some of these like Goodwills are like really packed, which is surprising because they're not taking donations, are they?
Not at the moment.
How do they have so much stuff? Is this all like, I don't know. We don't know. We don't know where the stuff is coming from. I'm seeing some good stuff. They put all their home stuff in the front now, so there's a lot more space for it. They used to be in the back. Cool looking basket. These are actually pretty expensive if you buy them from Joann's. They're more than $2.99 for sure for like floral arrangements. There's just so much stuff at this one. Like it's like packed. Oh my gosh, how creepy. Oh my gosh, that's so scary. A whole bunch of Halloween stuff in there. A whole box. Look at this guy. Ooh. Look at that light. It could be cool somewhere. Like done a little differently. That would be really cool. Old Singer sewing machine. I love that it's black. It's pretty. Oh, a little mountain rustic light. That's kind of cool. This one's really pretty too. That was the last two Goodwills. That Goodwill had tons of stuff from like one specific place. I feel like there was a whole bunch of bar stools and then like some really amazing pendant lights. It's just like, you know, like I find stuff like that and sometimes I'm like, no, I'm never gonna find this again. I have to pick it up. I have to put it in storage. I'm gonna find a project that I wish I had it for. And I probably will do that with at least one of those pendant lights, because that's a great, of thrift shopping is a great way to find pendant lights. Because even if you get some pendant lights like on Amazon, they're gonna cost you over $100 at least. Some are smaller, like if they're small, I'm talking about like substantial pendant lights or chandeliers type lighting. I got that Anthropology tassel light for around $25 and it retails for like $200. So definitely keep your eyes peeled at thrift stores and flea markets for lighting of really any kind. I didn't buy anything today. We went to basically four thrift stores. I didn't buy anything, but sometimes that happens. So it's officially the next day. I'd realized over on Instagram a couple of days ago that I hadn't done a Q&A in a while. And so I was watching a Hallmark movie and I was like, let's just like chat. Let's just do like a Q&A, ask me anything. And there were so many questions, a lot of questions, like a lot. So a question I get a lot is, how old are you and how old is Romeo? Probably gonna get some comments that you're shocked, because everyone is always shocked that I'm 32. I was born in 88. I'm a Cancer, if you wanted to know. Romeo is going to be 30 this next month on November 5th. My birthday is June 30th. Next question. Okay, I get this a lot. How did you start on YouTube? How long have you been doing it? I started my YouTube channel August of 2018, so it's been just over 2 years. Everyone has a different journey on YouTube. you know, you could grow really fast. You could be on YouTube for a really long time and not really see the growth happen. I really just started sharing the projects that I was already doing in my house already. I was doing either for people. I was at the time I was decorating staging apartments, like model homes. I was doing custom art for that. I was not really doing any kind of like hacks on like furniture, but I was doing some kind of DIYs and styling and things like that. So if I share them on YouTube, maybe people would be interested in doing it too, or maybe be inspired to create something on their own, or just to make their home a little nicer. It makes me happy, so maybe it'll make other people happy. That's really how it started, and then it just turned into me doing that more often. But it's always been really home decor based. I've done a few fashion stuff, but not much. What did you do before YouTube? So before YouTube, I was in the fashion industry. I have a fashion degree and a business degree. I did assistant designing, interned forever. When I graduated from college, 2008, so it was really hard to get a job in the fashion industry that wasn't just intern work. Then it was coming back. I started working. For the last 6 years of my career in fashion, I was the VP of marketing for a large lifestyle and fashion company and jewelry company. I do have a marketing background. I was in design and fashion, so it did help me with being on YouTube, just understanding it as a social media platform and a business and the back end and all of that. So what I really needed to understand and develop and overcome was being on camera. Definitely had a high-pitched voice in the beginning. Please don't go back and watch my old videos. But you know, I definitely had, my voice came back down to reality, and I got a lot more comfortable. So there's always room to get more comfortable on camera, even if you're already kind of comfortable. How do you manage to be so joyful and warm all the time? It's inspiring. So I answered this on Instagram too. I feel like I'm just I look for the positive in every situation. I'm always been a really positive person, a can-do person. Let's figure it out, let's solve it, let's fix it. Don't get me wrong, I definitely have times and moments where I'm incredibly overwhelmed. I'm a perfectionist. It's horrible. I want every little detail to be perfect. I won't sleep until something's like done. Like editing videos, I stay up all night sometimes before a major video goes live, just making it that much more perfect. Like if you give me 4 more days to do a video, I will take the 4 days and I will make it perfect. I overwhelm myself by taking on way too many projects at the same time. Totally guilty of that. I have never been able to figure out how not to do that to myself. With that, I feel like I balance it with this kind of like attitude of just like it motivates me so much to create content because I love doing it so much. And I set goals. I want to buy a house so bad. So those things are always in the back of my head, and I'm 32, and Romeo and I have been together for 12 years. So we want a family, and we want to get married, and all of these things that I want in my life are not here yet. And I'll sleep when I'm dead. You know, like I'm very much that mentality of just like, let's go, let's do it. But I do take days off. I make sure that I'm like, okay, shut it off, no social media, no nothing, so I can actually like reset for the week, right, Kinsley? We go to the park. Would you ever venture into TV or Netflix? This is a good question. I mean, if I could be the next Joanna Gaines, I would totally open that idea. I really like being on YouTube because I control my schedule. It's not like I have a call time and I have to show up on set at a specific time or day or whatever. I would definitely welcome the help that being on TV comes with, like people to paint the walls for me so I don't have to, even though Romeo helps me so much. That would be really cool. So if I could be, Joanna Gaines, but in my way, that would be, call me. Future goals, marriage, babies, fur babies, all of it. Like I just kind of talked about that, all of it. We definitely want to buy a house first, then we want to get married, and we want to start a family. And yeah, all of it is all probably happening sooner or later. I am 32, guys. Do you remember the first time you thrifted and what it was? I do and I don't. I do remember the first time I was getting into thrifting because it was actually Romeo that was like begging me to go with him because he was very into like thrifting clothing and finding like really rare stuff. And then I was like, oh, I don't want to go. And then I went and I browsed down the home decor aisle, and I was oddly at first a tickle of inspiration, and I was like, really? What am I doing? That's been several years ago now. And then I just fell in love with it. I don't remember what the first thing I thrifted was. I definitely thrifted clothes before that, but for home decor, I'm sure it was a piece of pottery. I'm sure that's usually my go-to. What's it like with California with all the restrictions and lockdowns? Everyone's definitely wearing masks. Places are still open, but with restrictions, obviously, so they're limiting people. I'm definitely a homebody, so I dealt with it a lot better. Like when we were lockdown in the beginning, and it was like a ghost town, no one was driving, everyone was like really staying indoors and really we're still being cautious obviously, but like literally not leaving our house for months. That was hard. Now that places are more accustomed to the way that they can like safely have people in stores or even at the grocery store, it's gotten a lot better. So I feel like it doesn't really bother me that much. I don't really go anywhere anyways, so pretty okay. As long as I can get my hands on craft supplies, I'm good. If you do buy a house in the future, will you be staying in California? This is actually, I feel like a question or a thought that's on a lot of people's mind that live in Los Angeles. Definitely through quarantine, it's kind of like put things into perspective and made you really think about why, you know, living in such a hot spot like this is it a positive or is it a negative, or could you have a better quality of life somewhere else where you can get more for your money and all of that. And obviously I'm from Texas originally, my whole family still lives there. Romeo is from San Francisco, but all of his family relocated here to Los Angeles, so all of his family's here. It would definitely be a bigger conversation of whether we're going to leave California. We have always dreamt of having a home in Texas, whether that would be an investment property or something like that, and then also having a home here and being kind of like dual so that he could be with his family. We can spend part of the year here and part of the year there. We would also have to have a lot of money to do that. So I feel like there's so much that goes into it. You will also kind of see that this question is kind of coming about at the right time. The next video, the vlog that you're going to see, is I'm actually heading to Texas in the morning. So as soon as I put this camera down, I'm going to pick it back up and start the next vlog. I am going to be looking at houses there, projects to work on, so that'll be coming soon. So I don't know, and if we do buy a house, hopefully, ideally, we can afford both. I'm not sure yet, or is that even a smart decision? Who knows? We don't know yet. Would you ever design a viewer's home? 100%. If we could get past this quarantine and COVID and just be on the other side of this, totally. When are you gonna get married? A lot of questions about that. I mean, as soon as it makes sense for us, we're not in any pressure or rush to do it on anyone else's timeline but our own. We've always been like that, so I'm not sure, but probably soon. How long do you plan to stay in your current rental? This is actually up in the air right now because I'm not sure. Ideally, I do want to, I mean, I've done all the rooms. I need more projects. So our lease is up next year, like in the springtime. So we are going into it with the idea of like, we're gonna start looking now. I'm gonna look in Texas. We're gonna look here. We're gonna look around, see if we want to rent something else or we want to invest in property or whatever. So it's ideally, yes, we will be moving in the spring, but to be determined. I'm not sure. This person said buying a house any timeline, it'd be so hard to say goodbye to all you've done in your rental. You're right. You know, I got to a point where I'm like, yeah, we should just enjoy all of the hard work that we've done over the years, you know, making this feel like home. And where I absolutely love it. I crave new projects. Like as soon as I'm done with something, I'm like, what's next? What's next? Let's do it. Let's do it. So moving into something that I can completely redo again would give me life. So it will be sad to walk away, but also at the same time it won't. I'll be on to the next project really quickly. What's your favorite kind of DIY craft to make? Has it always been that? The one that surprised me the most was thrift flips. I feel like I didn't expect to start getting into thrifting, and I didn't expect to start using it as a creative outlet to transform thrifted items into completely new pieces. I don't enjoy holiday crafts. Christmas different, but any type of like Valentine's Day, I really don't enjoy doing Halloween type stuff like that, like little things that you don't keep for your home and it's not you know, like something substantial that you fall in love with and you want to keep. I don't enjoy that. I don't do any dollar store DIYs. I don't really do very many IKEA hacks. I'm just not really all that interested in doing that. I'd rather do thrift flips all day long. What is you and Romeo's story? P.S. My mom and I love your channel. It's so sweet. We met 12 years ago. We worked at the same Italian restaurant in downtown Los Angeles. We were in college, different colleges. He didn't go to FITM. And I trained him. And yeah, that's it. You know, we dated for maybe a year, maybe around a year. And then we moved in together. And we've lived together ever since. And yeah, he's my person. You know, you just meet your person. You meet your person. What's your favorite and least favorite room in your house currently? That's a good question. I feel like my least favorite is the bathroom, and that's because of the way that it's narrow and long. And I like the way that we did it. I think that we made the most. I feel like every room in the house, we made the most of it with what we could. The layout is just a little odd in a lot of the rooms. Favorite would have to be the breakfast nook, because maybe it's just because of the last one that I did, but I feel like my style has evolved into like something I truly love, and it's so special. We did so many DIYs in that space. My mom painted all of the art for those frames that I had been collecting forever. I remember where every single frame that I found was from, whether I found it in Texas or at the flea market or a thrift store. Favorite place in the Philippines. So Romeo is Filipino. We've also been to the Philippines twice. First time we went, we flew into Manila, obviously. We went to Boracay, and then we went to Palawan in El Nido. And it was all beautiful. Boracay was the most fun because we did all of the excursions, parasailing, went down to the bottom of the sea and all sorts of stuff. Second time we went back to Boracay because someone was getting married, and then we went on to Cebu, and Cebu was fun. We drove down to Kawasan Falls and did canyoneering. We have a whole vlog too on that. I'll link it for you guys. Romeo jumped all of the heights, like all into the water. No, this was the second to biggest. That was the 32-foot jump. And then this was the 40. Oh my gosh. So it was 40 foot. So definitely go check out that vlog. Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. Far and away, Christmas is my favorite time of year. It brings me so much joy. This whole time of year, or like that holiday and then this whole time of year, is just so happy. I love the weather. I love everything about it. So this Christmas, we're gonna do it big. Like, the house is gonna be decorated to the nines. I'm so excited. Would you ever come out with home decor? Yes. Quarantine definitely messed up some plans or some projects that I had in works. I'm also very particular, so you won't see it until it's perfect, until it's exactly what it's supposed to be, and I only want you guys to have the best. So it's definitely gonna take some time, but yeah, 100%. I like this one a lot. How do you push yourself and take risks and learn new things for projects? I love learning new things. Something that terrified me or intimidated me a lot was getting more into power tools and woodworking. And it was something I kind of put off, and I wish I would have gotten into it sooner. I think it just, like, the fear of actually injuring myself, just kind of like, and my mom telling me, like, if you cut off a finger, just keep it on ice. And I'm like, you're expecting me to. I was terrified. So like, I dive headfirst into everything, because what's the worst that could happen? Like, answer me that. What is, if I decide I'm gonna redo my room and I'm like, I'm gonna paint it this color and it's gonna be, I don't know, hot pink. I paint it, it's hot pink, I don't like it, I go back to the store, I get another gallon of paint, and this time it's going to be beige or whatever. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Or like finding something at the thrift store that's relatively inexpensive, that's like $5, and I'm like, oh, this is like a cool vase, but it could probably be a plant hanger or a pendant light, and I drill a hole in the bottom. It was $5. And it maybe didn't work, so it was just $5. I feel like it's not gonna break your bank account. You're not gonna spend tons of money making huge mistakes, but getting more into stuff like that, or like even if you wanted to get into power tools, starting small and building up. I've always been the person to just dive in. I'm like, I'll learn it. I'll learn how. It's okay. It's gonna be okay, you know? And if I don't like it, I'll just move on. It's not serious. It's being creative. It's part of the creative process. And if I'm not messing up and I'm not making mistakes, I'm doing something wrong. I am not pushing myself enough. I'm not trying something new. I'm following someone else's tutorial too specifically. I'm not experimenting enough, because that's the whole fun of it, is to find things that no one's done yet, or I don't know. I'm an open book, so I'll tell you guys anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you want to see more Q&As, definitely let me know. And I'm actually going to literally press pause and press record again and start the next vlog, because I have a flight at 2 p.m. tomorrow to go to Texas, and we'll be in Texas for a week, and we're gonna do really fun stuff. So I will let you guys know how the airport situation is and all of that and how I feel. And then I'll see you guys in the next vlog. See you guys next week. Bye guys. I closed the window so the audio was better, but now I'm hot because there's like no air filtering through here. Bye guys.